Great Man of God Media TV back with another video. Listen, I'm driving in this Cybertruck, man, and it's dark. So if I flip the camera, you're literally going to see black, right? So I just wanted to make this quick video about Crawford. And I was at the fight live in the flesh against, first of all, let's talk about the card, man. The card was stacked. It was jam-packed. I was there literally all day before the gates opened. I was there around 12, I'd say a little bit after 12 p.m. And the gates didn't open till 1:35, right? And when I got inside, I had floor seats. And I literally had to walk around the stadium I'd say about 5 to 6 times because the staff there had no idea what they were doing, because I had to get multiple wristbands to get down on the floor. But they didn't know exactly where I needed to go to get these wristbands. So it was the logistics and the customer service of BMO Stadium. Y'all need to get y'all shit together, man. Get y'all shit together, because y'all don't know what the hell's going on. But I had to get a manager or a supervisor to basically, set people straight, and that's how I got it resolved. But yeah, that was ridiculous, the amount of confusion and everything else that was happening with that. That was extremely terrible. Anyhow, the fight itself, man, the car was stacked. It's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna save it for other videos. But for right now, I'm gonna stick to the main event, Crawford and Mimal. I predicted it, man. I predicted the fight would go the distance. I specifically said that it's going to take a while for Crawford to get used to Mimal's style. It's a real awkward, herky-jerky style, in which you saw with the amount of feints he was doing, that really, Crawford couldn't do what Crawford normally does, man. Touch people up with counters. And he couldn't do that. He couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? The amount of feints he was doing, Mimal was doing, was like, that was crazy, man. But Crawford pulled off the points decision, as I stated. Now, I've already talked about, as far as Canelo's concerned, I've already been said that, Crawford should not be fighting Canelo. It's weight classes for a reason. You clearly saw a couple of deficiencies that you normally see Crawford have an advantage of, specifically the clinch, right? If you notice, you watch the fight, the times when Mimal was clinching, and don't get me wrong, Crawford's power was there at 154. It carried up, but his speed and timing was off. Now, we can't contribute that to ring rust. He was out of the ring for over a year, right? And this fight 1 time a year is not going to cut it. Crawford needs to be more active. Fight 2 to 3 times a year if you wish to be undisputed at 154. But this once a year fighting is not going to cut it, man. You know what I'm saying? And you saw that because, again, his timing, I say, Crawford's timing and his speed was off. His speed wasn't really there like it normally is, and his timing was off, which is why, he was getting hit. He was getting hit shots. Crawford was getting hit with a lot of shots that you normally don't see him get hit with, right? Particularly Mimal's right hand, his right counters, right? Things like that. You normally don't see Crawford get hit with those kind of shots. And also, the fact that Crawford would normally counter certain shots, he couldn't land certain shots. I mean, the jab was working for him, but besides that, the power punches, Crawford really couldn't land those power punches because Mimal was evading those shots, which means, like I said, Crawford's timing and speed was off. So activity matters, man, especially at a guy that's turning 37 this year. Activity really, really matters. He needs to fight more often if he wants to become undisputed. And 154 is not a slouch division. This is not 160. 160 is no man's land. Like, literally, there's nobody there of note besides Janibek. But other than that, like, the division is clear. 154 is stacked. 154 is the new 147. You got a lot of top-notch guys at 154 that can take Crawford for his money. You know, that can have Crawford run for his money. That's for goddamn sure. So, like I said, you know, Crawford came out with the points decision. As I mentioned, it was a competitive fight. Crawford did not dominate. Crawford fans want to transfer what Crawford did to Errol Spence over to 154. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You move up in weight, there is a difference. Because the same shots that Crawford would land on fighters at 157, they would have been stopped, right? Crawford threw those same shots at 147 to a guy that's 154 pounds, who actually fought at 167 pounds in the amateurs. He couldn't stop him. Why? Because he's a bigger, stronger guy, more durable. So when you talk about moving up to 168, come on, man. If he can stop or drop or wobble Majimov, he has some good body work, right? But outside of that, you know, Majimov was able to take those shots. You know, so it's a bigger weight classes are for a reason. He's a bigger man. Even Crawford said himself, this guy is strong. And like I said in the clinch, Majimov had the advantage. Majimov is a very athletic guy. This nigga doing flips and shit, you know, agile, you know, upper body movement, lateral movement, herky-jerky style with the feints. He is extremely athletic. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford, as far as athleticism, I would definitely say he met his match. Athleticism-wise, you know what I'm saying? What Majimov does in Uzbekistan, I think he's from, Uzbekistan or whatever the fuck he's from, in his country, the sports that he plays in his country are equivalent to what Crawford plays in America. He plays those sports really good, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, man, my take on it is this, you know, Majimov, you know, showed that he's legit. And, you know, people say that, you know, he should get a rematch. I mean, I agree. I mean, you know, run it back with Majimov. But I don't think that's going to happen because it's a tough fight. And when you have these tough fights, they drain you. They physically and mentally drain you, right? It was a competitive, tough fight. And, you know, Crawford don't want those kind of fights no more. He wants something that's a bigger risk for a bigger reward, like a Canelo. So, in the words of Andy Ruiz Jr., and that was a good fight, by the way, between Andy Ruiz and Big Baby Miller. I thought Miller pulled it out. But nonetheless, let me just digress real quick. In the words of Andy Ruiz Jr., Crawford is going to get what he asked for. Move up 2 weight classes, fuck around and find out. All that shit that you normally do is not going to affect Canelo. Canelo is going to walk your ass down. You know, he's going to slip and counter what you throw at him. Come at you with the high guard. He'll throw something because he knows you're going to throw something. And then in between those shots, he's going to slip and counter you. And you're done. You're done. You know? So that's basically it. You're you know, you're done, bro. You know? So fuck around and find out. Even Bomac said he tried to get Crawford to step to Majimov, and then he said, well, we can try to do that with Canelo. I don't think that's gonna work though. I don't think that's gonna work with Canelo, is what he said. It's on my channel, it's on my shorts video from the Fight Hub TV interview. He was like, well, I don't think we can do that with Canelo. He's having second thoughts, like, yeah, we're gonna have to outbox this guy. But again, you have 14 pounds of added weight, and if your game plan, which it should be, your game plan is to box and move Canelo, then the conditioning is going to be a huge factor for Crawford at 37 to move around for 12 rounds in the ring, and your conditioning is not going to hold up. It's not going to hold up, you know. And Crawford is stubborn, you know. He's not going to run like Charlo. He's going to go down on the sword. Therefore, he's going to take a dirt nap permanently. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But yeah, that I was, like I said, I was at the fight last night. It was a dope card. I didn't really care for Eminem, but hey, it was. I would say this, man. The sound system and the stage, the presentation was top notch. From Turkey Al-Sheikh, he did the damn thing, man. He must have did this shit for his birthday or something, because that card was stacked. Everything was dope, man. I you know, that card, I've never seen a card like that, and to witness that live in person was super dope. Super, super dope, bro. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below about the fight. Let me know what you guys think, man. I don't know about, you know, Crawford. Crawford got 5 trainers, right? So as far as Crawford's concerned, he's fine in terms of his training. I'm hearing people talk about, hey, you know, he needs to change trainers. The motherfucker got 5 trainers. You know, Bomac is his head trainer, so he's fine. He's fine. You know, and Crawford has an unbelievable record, and Bomac helped him take him there, so that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, those are my thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about the fight. If you watched it, let me know. Until next time, signing out. Peace.